over at the sleeping giant, you make your way inside, Frida.
Scan the room to see if the Frost Man is present.
Perception.
I have a +8, so that will make this a 14.
You see Frost sitting in one of the corners.
I'll go up to the bar, get 2 beers, and then I'll bring him a beer.
I'll be 5 copper.
I got you, broski. I give him the 5 copper.
Thank you.
Thank you. I grab both mugs and I head to the corner where Frost is.
What's up, boss man?
Good to see you. We weren't gone nearly as long as I expected. Took care of things at that other place. So, back we are.
That's good. Good, you're taking care of things around here, boss.
I feel good knowing that even when I leave, that I have a very capable, intelligent person to look over things and make sure the operation is running smoothly.
Indeed, boss man. I mean, not much has changed over the last 3 days you've been gone. Campaign's still going well. We're working with the new crowd that you brought in from work in the mines.
Oh, yeah. How's that going?
Making progress, slowly but surely. They don't particularly care about the politics of the town, having only been here for a month.
That's fair. And I think it's best to not be too overzealous with them, as we don't want to push them so much to where they hate us to some extent for trying to force our political ideology onto them.
Exactly.
And how about just you personally, Frost? Are you doing okay? Kind of seems like there's still this vagueness over the town.
I mean, people still been, even with the goblins gone and no one being kidnapped or burgled anymore, stuff has still been pretty weird around town.
Yeah, just with people being kind of off and not acting their usual selves, right?
Yeah, I mean, just look at this. And he shows you his arm, and you can see, like, one of his arm bones is, like, sticking out at an odd angle, not yet breaching the skin, but you can definitely tell it's not supposed to be that way. And then it goes back to being correctly placed.
The fuck is that? Does that just happen spontaneously now, or when it's in, like, a certain position?
No, it's just been happening to me randomly now.
That feels completely fucked, to be honest.
Give me a perception check.
17.
17, all right. As you're talking to him, you realize, you just start noticing that every now and again some of his bones start going at weird angles and then resetting back to where they were supposed to be.
I think it might just be happening with more than just your arm, Frost.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it ain't hurting me quite yet, so...
Is there like a doctor in town that you could be talking to about that?
Well, I mean, the sisters... I mean, I would go to the apothecary, but he'd been kidnapped, so much use there, and Sister Gariel does what she can, but the luck goddess isn't a goddess of healing, so it's not much.
Not really sure if this would be anything that would actually benefit the situation, but in case we were to get something fucked up in the future, I want to pass this on to you. I'm not sure if it's going to help with your current ailment, but I will give him a potion of healing.
Wow. Thanks, boss.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that's not probably going to solve your bones moving all over the place, but shit hits the fan, you're going to want to have that.
Thanks, boss man.
Has this been happening to other people?
Some of the boys, and the boys being like the original 10 people who decided to vote for you.
Would you be able to, kind of in your campaigning and whatnot, see if the same ailment is impacting other people in the town?
Yeah, I could take a look for you, boss. I mean, one of the boys, their bones is also doing the weird shit, and one of them grew an eye on the back of their hand.
An eye?
Yeah. He says he can't see out of it, though, so...
Yeah, I think, obviously, it's best not to, draw major alarm and horror, given that many people might be going through this, but yeah, I hope you feel better, and everyone else in the original squad as well that's suffering from similar ailments, along with eyes growing where they should not be, and perhaps we can talk in a few days about, this same ailment is impacting other people in the town.
Yeah, sure thing, boss.
Let's just enjoy our beers and not worry about that for right now.
All right, you sit down and drink some with Frost before heading back to Stonehill. And we're going to cut over to Robert and who are trying to track down Pip. You make your way to the southeast field that Corbin had pointed out to you, and you start looking around for any potential sighting of Pip.
Do I see anything that isn't grass or bushes?
Yeah, give me a survival check to make a look around.
Kid's not here. Let's go ahead. Well, that's gonna be a 20. That
20.
is not natural.
All right. As you look around, you finally notice a weird trail. It looks like a bunch of things bouncing, followed by some small feet of what you assume to be a child.
Well, this seems completely normal. Onward.
So you follow the trail for about 2 miles before you eventually find Pip hunkered behind a boulder.
Is the boulder bouncing?
No.
Do I see him with any other entity?
You just see Pip, who looks at you with like the brightest eyes and like is smiling and seems happy to see you and Theo.
Yay! And I'm gonna message into his head, are you hiding from something?
You see him like look around, startled, and a little scared.
Great, he can't talk. Great.
Or this is a 10-year-old who never had someone speak
So
directly.
he's a
into his
little
mind.
bitch. I get it. Alright, I'll point at myself while I say in his head, it's me.
And then you hear out loud, you can speak in people's heads?
Yeah, it comes with being a well-known musical genius.
Wow, I knew you guys were great adventurers, but I didn't know you were a musician too. Actually, I did because
What?
my
God, dude.
play frequently at the inn my dad owned. I just never focused on that part. I focused on all the adventures and the great treasures you guys have found and brought into town.
Ah, yes, of course. Well, speaking of your dad, he sent me to make sure you weren't dead and / bring you back.
No, I'm still alive. Thanks for coming to find me. I never thought I would be one of your adventures you got sent on, but I wanted to be like you guys. I saw a trio of strange creatures bouncing through the hills east of the fields, so I followed them to make sure they weren't a danger to Phandelver. I wanted to be a hero just like you guys.
Uh-huh. What did these creatures look like? Like a king brain, perhaps?
I have to... I think they're triangles in nature.
What?
Yeah, they look weird, man.
Did you bring Betsy with you or whatever?
guess
Yeah, Bessie's next to me.
She just attacks the kid.
She rips him in half.
She's looking...
Bessie, no!
She approaches the kid and then rolls over looking for belly rubs.
Betsy is the nicest animal ever, except for when it comes to children.
He hates short people. No, that's not a kid. That's just a goblin.
Yeah, I think they're like triangle
Yes, I thought.
gelatinous blobs.
Ah. How long ago did you see these silly little critters?
Oh, right before I was about to go home last night, and then I followed them to the ruin of that home over there, and he points, and you just see this ruined house a little bit a ways. They went inside there.
What the hell? Alright, well...
It used to belong to a dwarf named Marthungrim.
I see. Well, today's your lucky day. You want to be an adventurer? We can go over there and you'll probably stand outside, to be honest. But yeah, we can go on an adventure.
Oh, that's so cool. I get to see you in action.
Yeah. You have something to make sure you don't die horribly? Like a stick, perhaps?
No, I'll stay over here and then watch you guys go on your adventure.
Alright, good enough. You make sure Bessie doesn't rip you in half. I start walking
She's
towards
such
the
a
house.
nice girl. I thought she'd do something like that.
Hey,
Somehow Bessie
something else.
purrs like a cat.
Ah, she's meowing.
I don't know what a badger
She's
sounds
being
like.
controlled by the king brain.
You don't know what a badger sounds like? You're from Wisconsin. How could you say that?
Do you know what a badger sounds like?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like owls or something.
Exactly. So you make your way over to the ruined home. It's built a little bit down into like a pit, sort of, and the stairs leading down collapsed.
Oh, great. Well,
But it looks like you could make your way over to the ceiling, and then there's a hole in the ceiling that you could lower yourselves down.
yeah, I'll fly up and into the hole.
I guess Thea jumps over onto the roof to the hole, and you guys lower yourselves down into the pit. As you make your way down into the ruins of the home, we're going to switch over to a map.
Oh my god.
You dwell into this area, and you see these weird creatures that are a pyramid with like arms and legs sort of staring at you.
I think it might be time for me to intervene.
Ah!
I had all of you guys here in case you guys all came here, but you didn't, so...
He ascends through the floor. They're looking at me. I'm gonna get down on one knee and try to beckon one of them over.
That's
It's definitely like Bessie. Oh my god, he's a wizard.
One of them slowly starts to approach you. It gets within about 5 feet of you, and I'm going to need you to make a dex save throw.
Where's D&D Beyond? There it is. Dex save. And that's gonna be a 21.
It sort of lunges at you, and a beak opens, like it's about to latch itself to you and sort of start feasting on your blood, but you dodge out of the way, and we are going to roll for initiative.
Thea, kill them! 18.
You got a 18.
Yes.
Oh boy, that dice is rolling. Okay, the earth speaks.
Ah!
You're first, Robert.
Alright. I'm gonna shatter right on him.
Right,
Oh boy.
Constitution saving throw, right?
Yes.
All right, and their beating, has that DC gone up at all?
Nope, still 15.
2 succeed.
Oh my god. Alright. 22 for the failure, 11 for the successes.
And it's thunder damage, right?
Yeah.
All right, anything else on your turn? Bonus actions, movement. All right, and then we are going to go back to the start of initiative with you, because everyone else involved in this combat rolled a nat 1.
Let's go! I'll run it back for round 2.
Another thunder wave?
Yeah.
You cast upcasting it, or still doing first level?
I'll do first level. I have a lot of slots now.
Right. That time, everyone failed.
Raw.
As you blast thunder wave of energy, and everyone's still sort of like trying to figure out what's going on, you reach out and do another thunder wave of energy.
That is 16 for everyone.
16.
Now in my turn in defense mode.
Aha, too bad that doesn't do anything. You specifically take the dodge action. But they all starting to look bloodied. As you... next up are these weird triangle creatures. Because Thea still unfortunately has a -1 to her initiative. She got 0.
You're not allowed to participate.
One's gonna move forward here, the other one will move here. We can get 2 attacks on you, Robert. One is a 21, one is a 24.
Oh, no.
Those hit.
Yes.
Any reactions or anything?
I don't think I can block either one of them.
Shield does +5, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't block either of those? Okay. I'm trying to find the dice I need for this. There we go. One of them does 7, 12. One does 17 damage to you, and then the other one does 22 damage to you as they slam into you.
Ah! Trying to nibble on my giblets.
Are you still up?
Mm-hmm.
That speech you gave came in clutch, Nick.
I will motivate everyone to stay alive.
One successfully hits Thea as well. Does 14 damage to Thea. Boom! As this like pinkish, purplish energy slams into you, making you take all this psychic damage as it slams into you. And then I'm gonna need two dexterity saving throws from you, Robert, and one from Theo.
Oh, right.
I'm back. Theo succeeded.
My dice rolled out of my room.
Well, go get it.
I got a 14 and a 23.
All right, you succeed. They do not latch themselves onto you. First up, we're going to see Thea, who's seeing how overwhelmed we are looking to be in this situation. It's going to go ham. Yeah, I'd say she's going to go ham. She got a nat 20 to attack this creature.
Explode it.
First bonus action, blade erupts into fire, which then means she's going to do guaranteed max damage. I was going to do a divine smite. No, not with that. So it's going to be 24 damage guaranteed from the 4d6s. 39 plus 5 for 44 damage as this flaming blade crashes through this creature, cutting it in two, and all life seems to flee from it as it dies. Althea is then going to move in here between you and your adversaries. Take a whack at them. Using her... She's got a 2 on the dice, so she's going to use her inspiration. I believe she still has left over from when Jacob was in charge of this character, and he earned some inspiration. And got a 19 on the dice after that, which becomes a 27. We're going to Divine Smite with a first level spell. For the 2 is going to use Booming Blade, which does another 2d8 of thunder damage. Thea can do a shit ton of damage. So that's 4d6s and 4d8s damage to this creature for 37 damage, which is enough for another one of the creatures to die by Thea's hands. The creatures get cut down. That brings us back up to the top of initiative, which will be Robert.
It is time for the Rapier of Doom.
Right, give me a roll.
Does a 24 hit him?
Yeah.
Good. It's going to be 11 rapier damage.
11 damage as you stab into this tentacle mess of a creature before you.
I laugh maniacally and then end my turn.
Alright, you laugh maniacally, end your turn. The creature still stands, and seeing that Robert is weakened, gonna go after him. Okay. Does a natural 20 hit you?
Oh, yeah.
So that's gonna be... Oh. I hope I roll low. Because this otherwise could be our first player character death. I don't know if you guys have any way of reviving people.
That doesn't exist.
So you would take 47 damage as this creature slams into you. Is that enough to bring you to 0 and then go past your
that's not my
total?
negative health.
Okay, good.
You're missing like 8.
Perfect. Well, that was really close.
Where's Robert? Oh, he's dead.
What happened? He died. He's dead.
Chrome darkness.
It's gonna try to latch onto Thea. Thea succeeds. Is then going to hit the dude. Both attacks succeed. So just in a flurry of sword strikes after she sees Robert goes down, she just slams her blade into this creature and it dies, and then she will lay on hands you for 10 HP.
Huzzah!
Get you back up.
I am
The right choice, sending Thea with Robert.
Convince that kid to be my meat shield.
Oh, you could have brought Bessie with you, I guess. Everyone will get 525 experience from that.
Let's go. I didn't even do anything.
Rah!
Yeah, you're just sitting drinking, and Oris is like brewing, waiting for Harbin to get back, and you guys feel like you just get stronger all of a sudden. You're like,
Feel
Wait,
more
what?
powerful. What's going on?
what happened? Why do I feel stronger, more experienced? All right.
Wrong, I can feel it.
Why do I get the feeling that Robert could have just died?
I,
My wife.
I won't lie. If I rolled slightly better on either of the dice I was rolling, he could have been dead.
I want you to lie.
All right, he was fine. He was in no danger, no real danger.
Good, good, good. All right.
Um,
Yeah, if anything, his complaining kind of makes him a pussy.
yeah, exactly. You look around. You wake back up to Thea's face once again, covered in the the blood or big I don't know what the word I'm thinking of. Ichor of a creature she's felled, like covering her face, smiling at you as she wakes you up. It was a good thing I was here, Robert. I've appeared to trauma. Are you good, Robert?
Ah, yes, I was fighting off my sleep paralysis demons.
Well, should we take a look around the home before we leave?
I think that'd be good. Doesn't seem to be in use right now.
Yes. You explore, you don't find much of anything of value, but in the southern room where you see the altar on the map, you find a dwarf skeleton lying beside the shrine, and a journal lies nearby. You speak Dwarvish, Andrew?
Yes.
All right. You pick up the journal and read the following information. Mar Thumgrim was a paladin of Du Mathrioin who excavated this home more than 60 years ago. Du Mathrioin tasked Mar Thumgrim with returning spirits to rest when a crypt for the gods faithful was corrupted. Martha, who I'm now just going to call this man because I ain't pronouncing that, Martha learned that the crypt lies beneath a temple called Thalrundrith, but the temple teemed with dangerous monsters. The crypt is protected by a lock with a puzzle that Dumathrioin's faithful could solve easier than others. Unfortunately, the answer to the puzzle is not included in the journal next to this entry. Martha planned to destroy the restless ghosts that haunt the crypt so they could rest in peace. And the last entry you see was that Martha was badly wounded by creatures he described as roiling heaps of tentacles, and then he returned here and his wounds were getting worse.
That sounds fun. I haven't written the answer, though. Something useless.
Now you guys climb your way back up and out of the house, or fly your way up and out of the house, and start making your way back towards Pip.
Is he ripped in half yet?
You know, Bessie's sort of curled around him, keeping him warm while he struggles to stay awake. This is like the friendliest badger you've ever met.
Good job, Bessie. I'll pat her on the head.
What did you slay the creatures?
Yes, I tried to befriend one of them, and then it tried to bite me, so Thea exploded them all, essentially.
Wow, you guys are so amazing.
Thank you.
I wish to be just like you when I grow up.
I would be honored to be your muse of
Well, kid,
adventure.
I think you might want to be more like me than like Robert here. Well, do you want a kid to get hooked on scissors still, Robert?
I mean, if it makes the voices quiet.
Don't think the kid has voices like you do.
Probably not.
Well, kid, we should get you back to your parents. And you start leading people back to the Stonehill Inn.
You can ride on Bessie.
So he rides on Bessie back into town?
Yep.
Okay.
We back.
So have we all met back up?
Some of you meet up a little earlier than others, but you all get back together roughly about the same time at the Stonehill Inn.
When Robert arrives, I'm telling Frida about how I spent the day bullying Harbin.
All right,
I rejoice in this information.
roleplay that.
Yeah, like, I just was pushing him around and telling him to give me money. He didn't, because he's broke. Also, I'm pretty sure he eats rotten vegetables or doesn't eat at all.
Sounds like Harbin.
Yeah.
A piece of shit.
He doesn't need help. He needs to leave.
Yeah, I think too, there's kind of a lot of sickness and devastation and sadness that he's kind of just overlooking.
More
when I went and
sickness?
when I went and talked with Frost, I think Halia's black magic, I don't know who told me that, impacting folks here, because Frost himself had his, like, bones moving in his side, his body, and
What the?
he said that even some people had grown extra eyes and shit like that. So I told him to be on the lookout for that, but still very concerning.
What the fuck? Yeah, that's bad. His bones were moving?
Because he thought it was just his arm, but then it was also, like, more bones in his body, which I don't know if he realized that or not.
Damn. That's fucked up. Whoever's doing that needs to stop. Are my bones moving?
Perception
Give me-
check?
Yeah, both of you give me a perception check.
Got a 22.
Does not appear that Oris's bones are moving.
I got an 8.
Okay, good.
You also don't see your bones move.
Whew!
Are my bones moving?
No, you do not see any of your bones moving with that 22.
Okay, good.
I'd say it's about this time Robert and Thea walk back in with Pip.
Oh, you
Hey,
found it.
everybody.
You're okay. And you see Pip and Torben hug each other and yeah, Dad, it was amazing. I found these weird monsters on the edge of town and I followed them like a hero would. And then the hero showed up and killed them.
What? Did you kill somebody, Robert?
Give me what's your passive perception checks, two of you?
What, us?
Super perception?
15.
18.
18. You both look at your team and you see Robert has he looks like extremely tired and looks like he once again almost died, and Thea looks pretty good but has like the blood of her enemies once again like on her face.
Holy shit, did you guys get beat up by this kid?
No, but we found more strange psychic creatures.
Oh god. What, out in the where? Was this kid what?
Young Pip followed some creatures he thought might be a threat to Phandelver, and giving by the rough beating they gave Robert, they might as well be.
So what, you fought some creatures in a field and then rescued a kid? You should have told us, Robert, we would have come. And Thea, I guess. You're also here.
It probably would have taken you guys too long to get there, and I would have already been dead anyway. But yeah, Thea's good at whacking and exploding things.
That's true.
Yeah, well,
Great story.
it was actually in a home of an old dwarven paladin of Dumathrioin, the person we just learned about that was important in Falundari.
Oh god. How did, what, wait, what, so you guys were in a house?
A dwarven house, so sort of underground a little bit.
You guys were in an underground house, I Am Legend style, fighting ethereal creatures.
They're very real, they just had psychic abilities.
Fighting psychic
It's more like
creatures.
blobby.
Fighting globby psychic creatures.
There we go.
Okay. They tell you anything?
At this point, I assume you share the journal information.
Yep.
You now know the information I sent in Discord.
The hell is this? This is all gibberish.
You don't, Robert
Oh,
made
yeah, I
a
read.
translation in common from Torben.
Okay. Oh, I see. You paraphrased on the side here. Let's take a look. See? I mime putting on glasses. Marthungrim was a paladin of Dumathoin who excavated his home more than 60 years ago. Well, that doesn't seem very helpful. Dumathoin tasked Marthungrim with returning spirits to rest when a crypt for the gods faithful was corrupted. Interesting. I assume that's the crypt we're talking about.
That is what we gathered from what we read.
Marthungrim learned...
I think it's pronounced Marthungrim. Marthungrim.
Monthungrum.
Monthungrim.
Monthungrum.
You start reading, to be honest.
Mung learned that the crypt lies beneath a temple called Kohuma.
They just be throwing consonants in a random order in this book.
Yeah. And when I have dyslexia, I can't read what they say half the times. And other times, it makes perfect sense to me.
Yes.
The crypt's protected by a puzzle. Weren't we talking about puzzles earlier?
I put one together the other night.
Yeah, the voices in your head are a puzzle. I get it, Robbie. You're very funny.
Thank you.
You must have forgotten one of the part of the translation because I'm not seeing an answer to the puzzle in this book.
Yeah,
maybe if I turn
the
the page.
You know, I didn't look at the next page. Maybe it is in there.
No, unfortunately, there is no answer in the journal.
Unbelievable.
However, Mumpumbum planned to destroy the restless ghosts that haunt the crypt so they could rest in peace. Well, I'm assuming... I don't know what... I'm assuming the journal isn't written in, like, third person, right?
This is the translation of what Robert wrote down was in the journal.
Okay, got it. Like, who fucking wrote this?
Paraphrase of what was said.
Badly wounded, I described as... Wait, what? By a creature, sorry, that I described as rolling heaps of tentacles. Monthungrum returned here. He came all the way back to Phandelver? His last entry describes his wounds getting worse. I'm assuming this isn't an exact translation, Robert. This is very confusing.
No, it
You
is
get
literal.
injured and then travel 20 plus miles back to some place you probably aren't doing so well.
And the final page just says sus on it. Weird.
Sorry.
And it's a picture of you. And never mind.
Don't look at
I
that.
hand it back to him. Jesus Christ.
Ah, that name sounds familiar to me, Gwen says as she's been like listening to this the entire time. I recall heroic tales about Marthungrim, the valiant, noble paladin in the region, much like our friend Thea here.
Our friend?
I assume you're my friends. I could be wrong, my colleagues.
Oh no, I'm just
Much like
saying
our
don't
colleague.
assume that me and Thea are friends just because we hang out.
Are you not friends?
No, we are, but you shouldn't assume things. It makes an ass out of human E or something like that.
Ah,
It's human-y.
I don't
sorry,
know.
common isn't my first language. I don't quite understand
Some
the word.
bullshit the surface people talk about.
Ah, yes.
Anyway, you were saying...
Nah, they were just a valiant paladin who did a lot of good deeds for Faerun before he disappeared.
like destroying evil souls, turning them back to the land of the souls.
Back to the resting place.
He disappeared?
Well, he died in his home here, so no one had heard from him for a while.
Okay, so we're dealing with spirits. We can expect evil spirits. We can expect ghosts. I mean, shit. We've already dealt with zombies, so how much worse can ghosts be? But what do ghosts have to do with the king brain?
Perhaps there's some foulness to the ruined parts of the obelisk, or that the mine failures when they swept through the temple left behind that's disrupting them.
Maybe the obelisk itself has a ghost,
Could be that as well.
and they're trying to put it together to banish the ghost. Maybe they're good guys. Probably not. Well, this is a random thought, but I'm just thinking about the map. Whatever happened to Thunder Tree?
Kind of just cleared it out, and I think everyone's dead.
Yeah, we just left it for months. I wonder if bandits took it over. Although I'm pretty
There has to
sure.
be someone there now after the dragon
Perhaps
left.
the druid who lived there just let nature reclaim it.
I'm pretty sure I wrote to the Lord's Alliance about it, so that would be an interesting stress test to see if they actually do shit.
My kind of plan if I lost the election was just to go to Thunder Tree and take it over.
The backup plan. And invade.
I definitely didn't just forget about that.
There's trees of thunder.
Become Lord of the Ferns.
Oh god. Are we gonna have to plan another trek to another part of the world to go fight demons of the night to save the world? I mean, I'm saying this knowing we're gonna have to do this. So shall we go to Neverwinter and see if we can find any mind mages?
Sounds good to me.
Gwen, do you have any interest in coming with us on this adventure?
I'm not a fighter myself. I just study the history, so any artifacts or information you bring to me would be quite useful.
You don't have to fight. Just ask Gundren. If you hide behind Thea, you'll be fine. Fine.
Yes, she is quite muscular. I'm sure anyone behind her is quite safe.
All right, I'll take that as I definitely don't want to go.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go pack my stuff.
All right. Everyone sort of heads back to the manor.
Yep.
Let's do it.
All right.